Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining from. Thank you for being here. Welcome. As always, I'm scrambling last minute to set things up. You might notice the new little thing down here. Didn't quite line that up with the clock right, but now it's fine. Welcome. So we are going to do this slightly differently today. So for all of you who are joining at the beginning, you are in luck because I have a secret behind the scenes stream for you today. And also I need your help with it. So first of all, I'm going to stop the little ticker, and that should also stop the sounds, hopefully. It's going to keep playing on the hyperdeck though. But what we're going to do is I'm going to send you the link to the behind the scenes stream. It is going on YouTube right now, and I can give you a sneak peek of it here. And then I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So feel free to join that. What it looks like is this. So you're going to see, without tunnel vision, because that's what's on air right now, but you're going to see my web presenter, which is actually streaming the show. You're going to see this little behind the scenes camera, which will make more sense once I'm over at the table. And you're also going to see my stage timer room, which is going to help keep me on track for time today. So we are in the middle of the welcome, the intro, and the Q&A until 10 minutes past the hour. And then we're going to start doing demos of the gear. And I am going to try to stay on track this time. So if you were here last week, you may remember that we got kind of off track for almost every demo. They all went way over. So today I'm planning ahead a little better, and I'm going to just stick to that time. And if I can't finish my demo in time, too bad, we move on. There's a little bit of wiggle room in there because there is time for Q&A between each segment. So I wanted to show you my computer screen. That's interesting. The super source box one should be the computer. Interesting. Okay. Don't know why that wasn't working. But yeah, this is my stage timer. We've got some time for welcome, intro, Q&A, and then between each of the products, there's 5 minutes. I've got 10 minutes for all the products. That should be enough. I actually put both microphones together. We're gonna take a look at those. I did figure out how to get the audio onto the stream, I hope. Cross your fingers. And there's a new one that showed up. And of course, at the end, we've got a giveaway. So the giveaway, let me take a minute to remind you about how that works. The giveaway is a way for me to say thank you to all of you for watching the channel and the live streams. And this is a way for me to give you a little bit of something back. So for everybody who is in the chat today, you are automatically entered by just being in the chat. You're entered into the giveaway for 25% off any of the digital products from any of my stores. And the full details are at that link below. If you have sent in a super chat over the last 30 days, then we'll draw from those people for half off any of my digital products or a $20 gift card to any of the physical products in my stores, including everything on, or any of the PK1 products on the Index 3D shop. So again, to enter, you just have to be here today. You don't need to be present to win. You can contact me after if you're watching the replay. But of course, in order to enter the mini prize, you have to be in the chat today. Otherwise, the super chat people are already entered. Okay. Again, if you do have questions, of course, start with the letter Q, which makes it easier for me to see them. But otherwise, feel free to say hi in the chat. Hopefully, you noticed that the map was working a little bit better. I wasn't actually looking at it because I was scrambling to set up the little graphics and the behind the scenes camera just now. But I did figure out that Google has a little you know how anytime you would say something that like wasn't exactly, it was getting confused about what you were typing for the location, well, it would put you in like the middle of Oregon or just in Portland. And that's because my IP address is in Portland. And it's like, oh, well, we're going to look for places nearby. Just to, you know, if you're searching on a Google map, you're probably looking for stuff within the window you're searching, or at least nearby, probably. And that is, it turns out, an option in the API I'm using. So I made it not do that. So it should be searching the entire world and finding better matches on the map. Okay. Joe says, definitely keep the behind the scenes cam. Didn't you have a G7 there at one point? Yeah, so all my G7s are now up in the podcast studio for the House Files channel. I have the 3 G7s up there. This behind the scenes camera is not a high quality camera, but it is a good behind the scenes camera. It is, I didn't relabel the input. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. So it's this little bullet camera, wired in SDI, 12 volt power SDI, and it just goes right into the ATEM. So not super fancy, a little bit bulgy like a GoPro would be, and definitely distorted around the edges, but super wide angle. Like it's really, really quite wide angle. You can see it's almost actually full 90 degrees. Actually, it looks like a little bit more than 90 because you can see both my walls. But yeah, that's the behind the scenes camera, and also the stage timer is on the behind the scenes camera, behind the scenes stream. So we'll see if I keep doing this. Maybe this will turn into a members only thing. We'll find out. Okay. How are we doing on time? Still got a little bit of time. So before we start the first demo, quick rundown of the products we're going to look at today. So Seemo SwitcherStudio, that is the box that bolts onto the back of a iPhone, and then it uses the iPhone to send a HDMI camera into the SwitcherStudio iPad app. That's gonna be cool. A little Portkeys monitor, which will control a camera, and it's like a large monitor, but it can actually send control signals to the camera to do things like set the aperture and hit record and stuff like that. We've got a light, a COB light to look at from Colbor. We've got the 2 microphones, the Synco G2 Pro and the Saramonic Blink 500. The Saramonic is like a lightning connector, so it goes into a phone. So I struggled trying to get the audio out of the phone live into a stream, but I'm pretty sure we can do it today. Cross your fingers. There's the COMICA ADCaster. That is a iPad-ish sized audio mixer from Comica with for 2 microphones and another audio source for podcasting, things like that. And we will wrap up with the giveaway. So feel free to drop in questions about any of the products as we go, and I will probably save the questions for the little end segment between items. Yeah, getting disciplines. Eric says Curtis Judd has his wife direct him and always ends the show on time. Danny doesn't suffer going over time very much. Fair enough. We'll see how well this goes. But if you found the link to the behind the scenes stream in the chat, please join that, and feel free to drop in the, because I'm going to keep an eye on the chat during this. Feel free to drop messages in the chat if I am going over time, because I don't know how well I'll be able to actually keep an eye on everything all at once myself. Keith coming in with a super chat. Thank you very much. Excited to be back in a live. Good to have you here. Thanks for the super chat, and welcome to the drawing for the giveaway. Okay. This is a great question. Can you let us know what products you would actually purchase with your own money and why? That is going to be a tricky question, but I will try to keep that in mind. Because I guess some of it's going to depend on what I already have and whether I think something else should replace it or not. But maybe I can pretend like I'm starting from scratch or something. It's all theoretical. That's the problem. Okay. That is a full schedule for today, so let's get started. We're going to start by moving over to the table. So, with any luck, audio check. do we have the right audio? Yeah, looks like we do. Okay. So we're going to start by talking about SwitcherStudio and the Accsoon Seemo. To do this, I need a couple of things. I need to get you a shot of the iPad. I also need the Seemo itself. So let me give you a close-up view of this really quick. This is the Seemo device. So it's this little, like, kind of looks like a phone clamp. And that grabs the phone. And then there's a battery slot on the back and HDMI in. So the HDMI in is for a camera. There's also a USB video out, which goes to the phone. So hopefully my phone is actually charged. And I'm just going to slip that phone in here and then grab the right cable for it. Let's find that. It does come with two cables. So it comes with there is the USB-C cable, and it also comes with a USB-C to Lightning cable. So video out goes in to the phone, and oh yeah, so I have to show you on the iPad because there is a problem with the cable that they sent, and there's a new one on the way, which is not here yet, unfortunately. And this was the problem that we ran into last week. If you compare, you probably can't see it at this distance. If you compare these cables, the one from the Seemo is physically shorter, so it doesn't actually go in all the way to the phone. That's a mistake. They're going to send me a new one. So until then, I have to show you, instead of on an iPhone, I have to show you on the iPad with the USB-C cable. Because I don't have another USB-C Lightning cable. So I will grab my iPad and connect it. I obviously can't clamp it, but they do have like an iPad cage that like this stuff can go into. I just don't have all the right parts. But we're gonna go plug this in, USB-C. You can see a freeze frame from the last time I used it. Plug that in, and then I need to give it video, obviously. So let's grab a cable from, well, let's say it would be a camera, and give it a boot up. So that's turning on, and then let's see, other lights. So there's the green light, those lights. I don't know what the one means. Hopefully it's not the battery life, but there it is. So this is the video feed from the stream. So we've got the infinite tunnel vision going on here. But you can see what happens is it's like just using it as a giant monitor. So if I switch what I'm sending that, which is, what is that? Patch 1, you're gonna get the table camera. Oh, interesting. That didn't like switching the frame rate mid. This is actually connected to my ATEM, not a camera. Realistically, you should probably connect it to a camera. Oh, my battery died. Wow. This is going off. This is off to a great start. I think I need new batteries. These are just like, they're too old. Let's try this again. Bigger battery. Turn it on. That's why I was like, well, what's that one? That's not good. The battery died. Yes, it did. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now we've got 4 dots. That's a lot better. So I'm gonna I need to just not ever try this battery again. It was charging all night, so clearly it's just dead. So now you can see me captured into the iPad. That's just the Seemo device. So this is like a monitor now, and you can do like monitor things with it, right? Like waveforms and blah, 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 right? So that's cool. But what I'm excited about is SwitcherStudio, which is on this iPad. So SwitcherStudio is normally what you would do is you would use it as a iOS-based switcher. So you can connect iPhones as camera sources, and you can do graphics and stuff. It's kind of like Sling Studio from back in the day, but all iOS-based. This now can be a camera into here. So I can go connect video. I think that's the right one. No, not video. Input. So it finds a built-in camera on the iPad, which is not super useful, but you can see it is actually using it as a camera. And there should be, oh my God, I have to do this in the right order. Oh, I think I did this wrong. I think I have to go into the SwitcherStudio app. Yeah, that's what it is. Share this device. Share Seemo. So this is the trick. When you've got a Seemo connected, instead of share iPad camera, it says share Seemo. So I'm gonna do that, and now it popped up over here. So you can't really see the exposures too much for that. There we go. So Seemo on Aaron's iPad Mini. So I'm gonna tap that. We should get a little prompt. Yeah, it says it's taking control, and with any luck, done. What are we seeing over here? Oops, I just turned off the iPad. Don't press the button on the iPad. Not share the screen, share Seemo. Now we have to do it again. Yeah, so this is the one danger of iOS devices. Don't press the power button. Okay, that's paired. We don't need the built-in camera. Okay, and now I see it over here. So now when I switch to that, my camera is in the iPad. This is running the stream. So this is like, this would be, you know, doing the layouts, doing the multi-camera or playing back video clips or whatever that they've got, and then streaming from here live. And now I can add like a good camera into this, not just iPhone cameras, because before you were limited to just iOS cameras with SwitcherStudio, which is not as nice. So that is why I'm excited about the Seemo. Cool. Okay. Oh, time check. I just realized that I'm not using stage timer properly. I think I have 2 minutes left in this demo, and then we have to do better about using stage timer apparently, because I thought that it would auto cut over to the next one. This is what I get for doing this all last minute. Anyway, that is cool. Evan says, gotta go, watch for running back later. Thanks for joining. TR Texas, I use the Accsoon and the iPad as an NDI transmitter. It works okay, that's good. How much is it? I don't remember, but we can find out. If I remember correctly, it's not terribly expensive. Yeah, it's $180 on B&H. So I do wish they had sent me the white one. That's what I get for not asking. I need to just remember to always ask if they have a version in white, because a lot of companies do, and then I forget that that's like an option that they might have. But yeah, $180, really not bad. I'm not nearly as interested in the like basic features of this, which is to use it as a monitor, and I'm much more interested in this connection to the SwitcherStudio app, because this is like, now that this is connected, this is actually pretty straightforward to tell people how to use. So I could like hand this off to a team who are running an event and be reasonably sure they can get it to work. So that is very cool. Kind of like a Yolobox, but more expensive and somewhat more fiddly. It is, well, the big difference is that this lets me get a wireless camera wireless link from a mirrorless camera. With the Yolobox, it's all wired, except the one exception would be the remote guest feature, which works okay bringing in an iPhone camera. But again, it's an iPhone camera, and there's a lot of latency in that, because it's not really meant for there's more latency than you're going to get with this. So that is yeah, that is, speaking of latency, let's test it. Yeah, speaking of, digital creation says, what about lag? So let's take a look. Let's see. Best we can do here, I think, is compare the two pictures, because this is coming in from the capture card, and then this is being sent to SwitcherStudio. So let's see. I can clap in front of my face. So that's like a quarter second or a half second. I can't tell just by eyeballing it. So there's definitely some, but I think you're always going to end up with that anyway. So with some amount of latency, but that's pretty good. I'm happy enough with that. I don't really have any complaints about that. Sven says that's a lot of money on Android. A cheap HDMI USB grabber and USB A to C adapter does roughly the same, only missing the seamless streaming in the Switcher app. Well, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of it. So if you can get, I don't know if the SwitcherStudio app on Android accepts cameras over USB. So I haven't ever tried that. I don't have any Android devices, but that would be the thing to try. Otherwise, not really a comparison. Can you use the Seemo with connected continuous power instead of a battery? Good question. Based on what I'm seeing on this, I think the answer is no, because there's 5-volt out, which you can use to power other things from this. But this is the connection to the iPhone. So I think the only way to do it would be to get a battery plate that is not a battery. Saul says, how is the recording quality? I haven't tested that, and I don't know if we have enough time to like properly test. So the Seemo isn't going to be recording anything. It's going to be done in SwitcherStudio. So that would be, which I haven't even played around much with yet. So I would assume it's recording the same bitrate that it's streaming, the way that the ATEM Mini does, where it's like one encoder that does both, but I have not actually confirmed that. Would be good to test that, but I will do some more deep dives on the SwitcherStudio app separately. Does Accsoon use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or both to send to the switcher? So it's going, this works because it's connected to my Wi-Fi. So my iPad is on my studio Wi-Fi, and this iPad is on the studio Wi-Fi. So they're on the same Wi-Fi network, and that's how they were able to find each other. So it is going over Wi-Fi. I don't think there's any Bluetooth involved in any of that. Cool. Okay. I need to jump over to the timer to make sure that we're on track. We are, apparently we need to advance the timers manually. Cool. So next up is Portkeys. So what we're going to do is put all this away, and maybe not all of it. No, I need to get this camera out to show you this camera. So let's put a little chapter marker. You know what I didn't do is I didn't think about time between things to set them up. So I'm gonna have to keep my Q&A a little bit tighter. Okay, so that out of there. Get this out of here. I do actually want that battery for something else. I might want that HDMI. So let's go over here. And if you are, I will drop the link to the behind the scenes stream in one more time in case you didn't make it over there. So if you are curious to want to help keep me on time, join this link that I just dropped in the chat. It is the behind the scenes stream, and you will see the timer that I've got going, as well as the agenda and behind the scenes camera. Oh, and thank you for the super chat from earlier. I need to make my headphones shut up. There we go. Okay, Portkeys. So, Portkeys is this. They make a bunch of these little monitors, and that battery should work on this. Yep. Do I need any of these accessories? Yes, I do. So there's a couple of accessories that it comes with, depending on what you're doing with it. What I'm going to do is grab the USB-C. Cursed USB-C cable. Look at this. It's like the old mini. I forget what it's even called. It's so old, to USB-C. For some reason, the port on the bottom here is that mini one. These are power to power from this, power out or in, looks like, actually, to power either from a V-mount or to power like over 12 volts. I don't need those. I'm gonna use a battery for this. I don't need this one, which is for other cameras. The point of this little cable is that this is how it's gonna connect to my camera. So I will grab my GH5S. And if you were here last week, you will know that I did not have a good time getting this to work with my BGH1 box camera. And I learned two things after that. There are two versions of this monitor, the BM5 III. There's one called BM5 III WR and one called BM5 III. They gave me the BM5 III, which does not control the BGH1 camera. So that was a losing battle. That was never going to work. The other problem was that the BGH1 camera, which are these box cameras, one of the reasons I got these was because of power over Ethernet. So all you need to do is connect Ethernet and then it'll turn on, and you can grab video out the SDI, or you can even stream out the Ethernet. So one cable is power and connectivity, which is great. The problem is that when it's powered over Ethernet, the USB control doesn't work on the camera. So this talks to the camera over USB, and if it's powered over Ethernet, it's not going to work. So I can't mix those two. Plus, the particular model I have doesn't even support the BGH1. It does, however, support the GH5S. So to get this to work, we are going to connect the USB camera remote port. Don't lose this cable because you're never going to find one again. To my camera. And I guess I don't need this because that's the battery I was using was from this. So we're going to do this over, where's my USB port? There's my USB port. And probably I would properly rig this up, but I don't really have all the right pieces to do that here. So I'm just going to put them next to each other instead. Plus then you need to be able to see it. So we're going to plug the HDMI. All right. This one's SDI. How did I do this last time when I was testing this? That's interesting. What was I doing? Right after the stream last week, I got it to work with my GH5S. So they have HDMI versions too, but I asked them for the SDI version, thinking I could use it with my camera. And it looks like that's actually not going to work. Nil says it has HDMI too. Oh, there it is. It's on the side. Thank you. I was like, I swear I had this working. Yes, okay, there is an HDMI on the side. There we go. Good, that was about to get awkward. Now let's see if it turns on. And turn my camera on. The HDMI port's in the way. Okay, so here, this is important. My camera is asking how I want to connect, what I want to connect over USB. I don't want storage, I want tether. That menu wasn't even showing up on the BGH1. Okay, now this should boot up. Okay, Cross your fingers. I know how to do this. This, I will say, is a little bit of a confusing interface. So if you tap it, the interface goes away and becomes a monitor. And you tap it to bring that on. And then everything about this is controlled with gestures. So like swiping left and swiping right change the menu, and swiping up and down also do different things. So this is where we tell it how we want to connect to the camera, which I want to connect over USB-C as opposed to Bluetooth to the Blackmagic camera or the other little cable that it came with for other cameras. Oh, no, okay. USB-C. And then if you scroll on that one, you can see other options for connecting. So USB-C, that should work. Great. Now it did actually find the camera. You can see it says GH5S down there. Now we need to tell it to use HDMI in, which is another one of these menus. And again, like what you do is you swipe up and down and left and right to navigate, which is, in my opinion, extremely confusing. Okay, there's an SDI. Now I can change that to HDMI, and hopefully we see the picture from the camera. Okay, thank goodness. So now what? Tap on it. Let's go back to here. And now we should be able to actually control the camera. So let's see, my camera's in auto. It's in, let's see. This should hopefully control, yeah. So it's controlling the iris, but it's an auto ISO, so it's not actually getting darker. But let's lock the ISO. And it's in autofocus. Let's change it to manual focus. And now we should be able to do some more dramatic things. So this changes the aperture. You can change the shutter speed with this one. You can change the ISO and the white balance as well. So that is pretty cool. And there's a record button too. So I don't think I have an SD card in here. Oh, apparently I do. So I can actually start and stop recording from the monitor. So obviously this, would look better if it was like in a rig properly, but you get the idea. One other thing to note is that this supports a bunch of different cameras. Like you saw in that list, there's a whole bunch of different ones. Each of the different cameras that it supports, it actually can do different things too. So it doesn't support every function on every camera. So it'll support like, on the GH5 cameras, it supports a certain set of features. On other cameras, it supports other ones. They actually had a diagram. Yeah, here it is. So they have a diagram of what it supports on all the different cameras. So here is the BM5 III, not WR. And you can see from Panasonic over USB-C, it can control these cameras, and the BGH1 is not in that list. And this is what it can control on those cameras. Let's make this a little bigger. That's not really making it bigger. There we go. So for a Canon camera, you actually get a bunch of different options of how to control it. And then depending on which cameras and how it's being controlled, you get a different set of things that it can do. And that's just because they have to add support for every camera, individually. And here's what it can do on the Sony cameras. Here's what it can do on the Blackmagic cameras. So yeah, that is pretty cool. I just wish that this BM5 III could control my BGH1s. And then of course I would need to power them, not over USB, not over Ethernet. But that is a cool trick. So yeah, very, very neat. It does work. It works. So yeah, last time when I tried this, I was trying it with a camera that wasn't going to work, and my camera wasn't able to be controlled over USB when it's powered over Ethernet. So two fails, but this time we got it to work. Okay, how are we doing on time? We are doing great on time. We have time for some Q&A. Speaking of Q&A, what I really like to do is get this timer to just auto advance. Let's take a minute to look at stage timer and see if we can get that to work. if this does end up working well, I'm going to keep using Stage Timer for this stream because having a clock is useful. Where's my... I need to set the super source that way. There we go. So Stage Timer, I thought, so you can tell it like all these segments and how long they are, and then I thought it would auto advance, but I think it's because it's set to manual trigger. I need to make these all linked. Aha, now we got a little line. If we do that, we should auto advance. Okay, this is why I did this before the show. And I don't have a good way to show this on this stream, but it is on the behind the scenes stream. And now that should be, the behind the scenes stream looks like this right now. So you should get, yeah, it shows what segment we're on. And now you can see that behind the scenes camera. Okay. Nil says the BTH1 also has link input, which is nice. Oh, that's a good point. Although I don't think it was I still think it wasn't on that map. So, yeah, apparently they don't support Lumix cameras with a link cable, only over USB-C. What are you doing? Says, anyone know why I can't rewind the BTS to sync with the stream? I made the BTS not have DVR feature, so you can't rewind it. So, but it should always be just current. If it's out of sync, that's kind of weird. Okay. Any other questions about Android tablet? What is that? Oh, for the behind the scenes stream. Yeah, it's not your fault. It's the stream. It doesn't have the rewind feature. I'm glad that worked this time. So that was nice. Any other questions about the Portkeys monitor? They have a bunch of different models. So again, like if you are curious about that, go take a look at the website because all of the different models of things will have different monitors or different cameras they can control. So if I go back to the WR, which is almost the same, but if you go down to supported, you'll see that this one supports a whole bunch more Panasonic cameras, and it actually features, actually can even do like touch focus, which is cool. And control the native menu by tapping on it, which is what I wanted to do. So maybe I'll see if I can swap it out for this one, because that would be a lot more useful for me. Okay, well, we have come up to the next slot, which is, I hope this is gonna work. This one I haven't actually turned on yet. Let's get this table cleaned up a little bit, because there's all sorts of stuff over here, and I don't know what batteries I'm gonna need for this next one. Let's not lose this cable, special magic cable. The case seems a little bit tight for this, but it does work. Let's just squish it in there. Okay. So we are now on the Colbor light. This is a cute little light from Colbor / Synco. They were in the same booth. I think they're the same company. CL100XM. It comes with this little case, and they've got a couple little contraptions for various things. We'll take this out because this will be cute. And then let's see. This is power, which is interesting that it's USB-C. I wonder if that means you can power this with other USB-Cs. Maybe we can try that. Big long cable for the power supply, and then for a light stand. Okay. What's in the top? Oh, it's a handle for the case. Okay. The light. Let's put this together really quick, and then see if we can turn it on. Don't need the little protective thing. Does this go on first? Yes, this goes on like this. Let's see. And that's what is it just going to snap on? I think it is. I think it's just going to pop. It's got a little dimple up here and down here. So let's just give it a little, there we go. That popped into place, and now I can attach that. There we go. Okay. Progress. Let's see what the power supply rating of this is to know if it is 24 volts, 5 amps. Okay, that's no joke. So I'm not going to try to plug in other USB-Cs because I don't think I have anything that can do 24 volts at 5 amps, which explains why this is such a chonker. We need to power this. Hopefully I have extra power around here. I have to go under my desk. Okay. Hello, Sven. Thank you for joining. If you do have any questions, drop them in the chat, and we'll get to them in a minute. Okay, so that's powered. Then it's got this, which is a nice slim cable to go feed the light, to give it a lot of power. There it goes. And so the fan, I don't know if you heard it, you probably didn't, it was pretty quiet, but the fan's kicked on for like half a second when I plugged it in, but it's not actually on yet. So let's turn it on. There it goes. Ooh, that's a lot of light. That is 60%. So here we can just drop the power down. Yeah. Oh, okay. Press once to go in increments of 25. So you can go quickly between them. 25, let's drop it down. And then, okay, now it's back to showing us the status. This one I'm guessing is for, nope. How do we adjust the, oh wait, this one may not be color adjustable. I think this one's fixed. Okay, 5600K. Effects. Yeah, so it's got, let's see, rate. What is this doing? This is doing like, is this like fire flickering? Oh, this is called dim. Let's see, there's the fireworks. Broken bulb. They have little icons that are telling you what they are. That's cute. Yeah, flickering bulb. What is this one? Oh, welding. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Lightning. Thunderstorms. And SOS. Yeah. Okay, and light bulb. Cool. Okay, and then, or you can go back into this mode and just use it as a regular light. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so other things I would I would note. It is metal. very solid. It is extremely quiet, at least at 1%. Let's boost it up to see how loud it gets. So far, the fan has not kicked on. It is extremely bright. Wow. It's still very quiet. That's good. I do think, is it smaller than a Bowens? How big are your hands? I do think this is a Bowens mount. Do I have any other? Pretty sure that's the same size, a regular Bowens mount. I'm trying to see if I have anything nearby to compare it to. Not really. It is really bright at 100%. It is extremely bright. What I would like to do is mount this somewhere and use it as a rim light for my. Put it back here. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's so bright. You can see it lights up the room when I just point at the ceiling. Is it hot to the touch? Not yet. So far, no. Can you dim the room lights? Sure. Let's see. We can kick off these and those. So the only ones that are left are, let's turn this off. Oh, there's a big one over here. I don't have all of my lights on the same system, which I should probably fix at some point. Some of them just on power switches. Let's get the rest of the lights in the room off. Yeah, so now it's just those. So here, this is 1%, and actually, that's pointing it at, let's see. This one. So that light's off. If I point this at it, it'll bounce back, right? So it'll kind of act like reflected light back on me, and that's what this looks like. I can do the same thing over on that one, which looks like that. And that's just this light. It is at 100%, but it's, oops, that's not the right way. Yeah. There, nice silhouette. I hear a fan. It's extremely quiet. Here is just lighting up the whole room from the ceiling. Obviously, not the best exposure, but you get the idea. And let me turn it down and then actually point it at my face. Ah, it's really bright. It's really bright. This is 1%. Obviously no diffuser, not going through a diffuser like the other lights are, but it is extremely bright even at just 1%. So yeah, nice little light. And let me get my normal lights back on. And we're back. Spooky story time lights. A real road test on the lights is Eric. Yep. Grant says, holy cow, that's so bright. Yeah, it really is. It's, what do they claim as far as watts? Is that maybe the 100 is 100 watts? I don't know actually what this is supposed to be rated as. But it's tiny, and it's so far it has not really gotten hot. So that's cool. And it's extremely quiet. Cool. Okay. And with any luck, my timer will auto roll over to Q&A time. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Okay, questions about this light. Let's see what we can get to. What is the price on a thing like that? That is an excellent question. There should be a link to it in the description below. Let's try to find that link. Here it is. I should have dropped this in the chat earlier. This is CL100 XM, $180. That's reasonable. This one is, yeah, is the daylight, so it's 5600 Kelvin, and the they have a version of it that is bicolor, which is just the X model, and it's a little bit more expensive, and that one is in stock. I have the XM, which is just daylight. Bicolor goes from 27 to 65, which is a good range. What else do they say? Optional V-mount battery. That's interesting. How would that work? I only see the USB input, so maybe they sell an accessory for it. I only see a USB power input, so I don't know. Oh yeah, it is Bowen's mount. I don't know how they are expecting you to connect a V-mount battery to it. I guess USB. Depends on the battery though, because this thing is kicking out 24 volts at 5 amps, which is a lot. That makes sense. That's why it's so bright. Not knowing much about lights, that seems super reasonable. That is my feelings on it as well. I think this would get the job done for most people at a reasonable price. And yeah. And you're able to stack those two, says Koala. Oh yeah, that's right. The they had this at NAB without the Bowen's mount thing on it. Let's see. Let's take this off. So let's get that off, and then this should just pop back off. So if you don't have this on it, which is for, so it's like, yeah, the Bowen's mount thing is like an add-on that you can do. When it's like this, these little rails slide into each other, and you can stack multiple of these lights next to each other and make a grid out of them. I don't know exactly why you would do that, but I guess if you were bouncing it off of a reflector, because obviously you can't put things on around once they're stacked, but you can bounce them off of a reflector, and that would pack a real punch. But yeah, so you can make a nice little cluster of them. It looks really cool in pictures anyway. Don says, good morning. Sorry I'm late, but I'll watch what I missed later on YouTube. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. You are in the middle of all of the product demos, so I'll put timestamps down below for the replay. Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have some microphones. So let me prep for that and also fix my stingers, which I realized are gone because they don't get saved in the reboot of the ATEM, which is silly. Where's my sound for it? Stinger. There we go. Eric says, I remember seeing 6 or 8 of them ganged up together with the rails on your NAB video. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Okay. Moving on. Oh, companion is thinking hard. Okay. I think companion is confused because I just uploaded a huge image to the ATEM. Well, okay, pack this up and move on to audio, microphone time. Does have this little sleeve to go over here, which is nice. That goes there. That goes there. We'll grab the big power cord later. The little power cord goes here. And this on top. And I think that is everything. Oh, this is a good point. DMX would be nice on videography lighting since so many people are using these for home studio or YouTube videos with multiple light sources. I agree. I don't know about app control of that light. I didn't think about that. But yeah, okay. I think it's back. There we go. So first up, we have the Synco G2 Pro. So this microphone, wireless microphone, dual wireless mic, like many wireless microphones, comes in a charging case. It has 2 transmitters, 1 receiver. They are the same size, and built-in microphones, and there is a jack, USB-C charging, but also charging just by putting it in the case with a little contacts, which is nice. The receiver has headphone out as well as line out for a camera, and then it has a USB, which I think is only charging. Let's double check that. Let's see what cables it comes with. Fuzzy windscreens, clips for the lav mics, and oh, there's a USB-C to A, so I think that means it actually can be a USB audio interface. USB-C cable, lav mic, camera, other lav mic, TR-RS. So it comes with all the cables you need, that's for sure. But we want to do a live audio test, which I failed to do last time because I forgot that the iPhone is like, you can't really like force it to use a certain audio device output when you're sharing like over AirPlay. So oh my gosh, don't install the updates yet. Please no. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. So the way that we're going to share the audio live from an iPhone is actually, oh wait, I don't have a way to plug it into this iPhone. I have to do it from the iPad over USB-C because I don't have my USB-C to iPhone adapter. What we're going to do is we're going to share it from my iPad first. Oh, Clifford says just had an ad break blasted in. Sorry, but thanks for supporting the channel. If you subscribe to YouTube Premium, you won't get ads. What we're going to do is open up the NDI camera, because that way it won't try to use the system speakers, which was the problem. NDI camera, which apparently is not on my iPad, so we'll have to download that real fast. Don't make me type in my password. I've already purchased this. Okay, there it goes. Access the camera, connect, yes, do all the things. Okay, so this app should recognize this receiver as an audio source when I plug this in. Is it going to tell us anything? It is, let's see, settings, microphone on off is the option. Okay, cross your fingers that this is going to work. another live demo. So here is a transmitter, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on, or grab the bird dog play. That's what we're going to do. First, we have to do the bird dog play. So let's do this and go to AV setup, and we should hopefully find the iPad camera. There it is, iPad Mini, and apply. Okay, so this should be grabbing the feed from the iPad camera, including, hopefully, the audio. Yes, it's working. Okay, that means I don't have a good way to... Let's make this a little bit nicer for you. So let's go like, put this into my little phone clip. Ha. Then we can spin it around. It's not the best, most flattering angle, but it does work. So that's the iPad camera. It's probably not quite in sync, but we're going to switch over to this audio. Okay. Yes. Let's make sure this one's muted. Okay, so this is the audio from the Synco G2 Pro transmitter, built-in microphone, live going through the iPad over NDI to the stream, which now we can do it live, unlike last time when we were struggling to listen to the recordings. Hopefully I'm looking at the audio levels. It looks just slightly quieter than my main overhead camera. Hopefully it's at a reasonable level for you to get an idea of what it sounds like. As far as options, right now it's in mono mode. The gain is cranked up to 15, which I don't see it peaking or clipping on here, so it looks like it's good. You do get some options here. This is with the 0 gain, and then I can go +3, +6, +9, +12, and +15 on the receiver. That's settings on the receiver. And then on the transmitter, we get some buttons that don't have a lot of clues about what they are. Squiggles are on. Don't know what that means. But the audio is lower than the overhead. We'll just leave this here though, otherwise. Oh, now it got really low. That's apparently what this other button does. Okay, is that back to normal? Oh, figured out what that button does. It adjusts the gain on the receiver wirelessly. So as I am pressing, so you can see the gain for B. As I'm pressing the button on here, it's adjusting it there. There's no indication of it on the transmitter. So let's go back up. Okay, that's back to normal. Now I'm like holding the microphone on the table. So that's that. Let's also compare with the actual lav mic that they give you. I'm going to mute this really quick so you don't hear the pop. And this is the audio from this little thing, which, ooh, that's a lot louder. That's doing a lot better. And then I would probably have it like here or so. So I can see this. I'm guessing, I'm not listening to it. Let me know what it sounds like compared to the built-in mic on the transmitter, but this one looks at least louder. So, and again, keep in mind that none of these are going to be anywhere close to the quality of like an overhead microphone, but hopefully it's good enough to be able to use walking around. Cool. Much better from the lav. Excellent. Gain is much better now. Cool. So we need to switch over to the other microphone, but I've got it all set up now, so hopefully it should be a quick switcheroo. Let's back here. So that's the Synco G2 Pro, which, where did I put the box? There it is. Again, it has all these accessories, which is great. And let's cram those back in here really quick. It does have a USB-C to A adapter in case you want to use it with a computer. Cables for the different cameras. I haven't actually put the little lav clips on it yet. And they give you 2 lavs, which is nice. And most importantly, everything fits into the case. Other microphone companies who make cute cases but then require that you put the case in other things, like DJI. Okay, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and now they're charging again. If I don't wrap those all up, I'm going to lose track of these little cables. So, next one, Saramonic. This comes in a sleeve, which is one of these companies where they give you all these accessories, but they don't fit in the case. So you have to have the little sleeve with it. So the Saramonic is same idea, though the charging case, it's a charging case for the 2 transmitters. The receiver does not have a battery because it's just for an iPhone. This one is Lightning. They do have a USB-C version as well, but they're not interchangeable. This one has a headphone jack out, but that's not for running into a camera because obviously there's no battery, so it has to be powered from the iPhone. This is just to monitor. But for this one, we can use my phone instead of my iPad because the iPad doesn't have a lightning connector. But that's good because that means I can get my chat back on this iPad. To see what you're all saying. So there's that. It does come again with 2 lav mics, and then this does, what is this for? Oh, this is charging the case, charging the box. So the box charges over USB-C. So that's what this cable is for. We're gonna do the same test again, except this time it's gonna be going through my iPhone. Let's make sure I have the NDI camera. Apparently I don't. So let's grab that really quick. And put that on. Yes, you can access the camera and the network and the microphone and everything. Okay, so that will sit here. And now we're gonna go back into the bird dog. I'm gonna flip that around. This little phone clip, by the way, so Edelkrone sent this over. It's a new little phone clip. It goes on, it gives you a tripod screw and then just kind of grips the phone. So it's actually really nice. It's great for this kind of like quick stuff where you need to just throw a phone somewhere, but you don't want it to be like in a perma case or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna plug this Saramonic receiver in, and then the NDI app should now be using that as the microphone. So that's it. That's gonna go over here. We have to go back to the computer, and where did my bird dog go? Oh, there's bird dog. Now we have to go choose the drone phone, apply. Okay, and that should sync up in a second. There it goes. There it goes. This camera is not as good. Interesting. Okay, so let's go back to turn this on. It looks like that one's charging in the case, so we're going to boot this one up. There's the Saramonic logo. And it's on. Do we get many options here? We have a mute button. Yeah, we have, it chooses 1, 0. Oh, this is gain, I guess. Yes, I'm assuming that is gain. 6 out of 6. So I'm gonna wear this one again, and we'll see how the built-in mic sounds first. So we're gonna go cut to the bird dog camera. And this is the audio from the bird dog. So now this is the lav mic, built-in lav mic, Saramonic Blink 500 Pro. Levels look good to me. Let me know if it's too loud. I'm not listening to it. I didn't bring my headphones over. But this is at 6 out of 6, whatever that means, on this transmitter. There's little buttons you can use to adjust the gain on the transmitter. And I'm going to give you a couple more seconds of this, and I'm going to plug in the lav mic and see how that compares. So to do that, we're going to mute. Oh, it's muddy. Something is clipping. Too loud. Let's drop it down. Check, check. Okay, 4 out of 6. It's distorted. This is probably too much. So 4 out of 6. You know what I should probably do is grab my headphones, but we're almost done with this game, so I'm not going to bother. This should be better. Oh, let's drop it a little bit more. 3 out of 6. Okay, this is now 3 out of 6. Yeah, now it's barely hitting the red as I'm looking at the audio meters over there. So let me know how that sounds now that it is not hopefully clipping. This iPhone camera I feel like is not nearly as good as that iPad camera, which is interesting because this is the 10X. That's the one. iPhone X, I think. Anyway, okay. We've got 4 was good. Okay, well, now we're going to see what it does with the lav. So mute this really quick. So this, oops, it might be too loud now. Yeah, so now we've got the little lav mic on, and this is what you can see on the transmitter now at 3 out of 6, and it looks like it's pretty good. Again, I'm not listening to it, which was maybe a mistake. I should have brought my headphones over. Let me know how this sounds to you. I'm guessing this is probably better than the built-in microphone on the capsule. So, yeah. How was your day? I don't know what to say anymore about this until I get some feedback about whether it's working. Actually, one thing I'm noticing on this, the little, there's a little, looks like a signal indicator on this. Check out the little 3 lines on the top little like Wi-Fi symbol. It looks like that's telling me the signal strength of the transmitter, which is kind of neat. I would hope it's good here because I'm right next to the receiver, but yeah. Saramonic lav is much cleaner. Lavs are always better. That's true. Thumbs up on lav for Saramonic and Synco. Good. Not really surprised. Not really surprised. Any onboard recording? I don't think this one does. I don't think so. Let's double check on the website before I commit to that. To do that, let's see. I'll keep my audio on here, but I might be slightly out of sync from the other camera. So let me grab the Saramonic Blink 500. The link for this is already in the description, but I'll drop it in the chat as well, so that we have a link to it. So that is this kit. And I would hope it's good quality for $250. So I'm glad that the lav is better. 10-hour battery, USB charging. I don't see anything about recording, and I don't remember them mentioning that. Yeah. So it does have this one. This is the same. Okay, this is slightly different. My link is broken somehow. This one is the camera version, where the receiver comes with a capsule that looks like the transmitters. But the one I have is Saramonic Blink 500 Pro. Well, it's called the same thing. So now I'm confused. Here's what's on the case. Blink 500 Pro X, I guess, but it doesn't have the camera receiver. It has the iPhone receiver. So, yeah. They must have multiple versions. They have a one mic version, and then they have they have the iPhone version. Okay. And that was a little bit cheaper. Interesting. Good to know. I didn't realize it came in so many combinations. Cool. Okay, how am I doing time-wise? I'm a little behind, it looks like. Okay, a little behind. So we're going to have to back up to the beginning of this. So, oh yeah, we are running just a little bit behind. This one took longer than I thought. But now we know how to... I should switch it to audio back. Now we know how to test wireless microphones on a stream using NDI. That was the trick. Did not go well when it was AirPlay. Okay, I restarted the Comica timer because we're going to switch gears and talk about that next. And that is going to be, that one's going to take a little bit to set up. So let's throw all these back into the little bags they came in. That's from this one, right? And that. Okay. Sorry, I don't have time to compare with the Rode. At some point, I should do that. What wavelength do these use? They're all 2.4 gigahertz. So they're all like on the same as the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So Philip says for future stage timer agendas, remember to leave transition segue times between segments. Yeah, well, I thought the Q&A was going to be that, but it turns out that we've kind of just been using the Q&A and the main segment together. So got some work to do on my timing of the show, but we will get better at that. Okay. Let's restart the timer for Comica to give it a full 10 minutes. Let's see if we can do this in 10 minutes. So this I saw at NAB, and then they didn't have any there to give me, but they sent this over shortly afterwards. This is a really interesting little box. So this is the device itself, which is extremely slim, as you can tell. So slim that you would be like, how can you possibly get an XLR cable into here? Well, there's a trick. There is a trick, if I can find it. It also comes with a microphone, so we can give this a test. I think we can do this. Might have to do the NDI trick again. But this also has all these little accessories in here. So let's pull these out so we can look at them. This might take more than 10 minutes. That's okay. I can go over. This is the last one. Nice heavy base for the mic. Looks like part of the mic stand. Here is part of the mic. Oh my gosh. These are the little things I actually need. Okay. So it comes with a microphone, but obviously you can use whatever microphone you want. And I have another mic I can go run and grab to compare. I have like a Shure microphone around the drawer over there. But this is all these little parts for the microphone. Okay, so the regular USB to C for computer or charging. That does have a battery in it. Here is a longer USB-C to C with an adapter. Okay. This one is TRRS on both sides. This one is TRRS on both sides, same cable, 2 of those. Gonna have to clean this place up. All these little plastic bits. Okay, here's the weird one. This is a really weird cable. This stream seems to be all about cursed cables. Check this out. This is Is this camera on autofocus? No, I always forget. Autofocus? No. I should really make that on autofocus. Where is my overhead? B1. It is supposed to be on autofocus. It's just apparently, oh, it's autofocus. It's somewhere in the bottom corner. Let's try this again. Where's my camera? Okay, USB-C on that end. Are you ready for this? 2 XLRs on this end. What cursed cable? Have you ever seen this before? USB-C to XLR. It appears to be just a physical cable, not like a full-on audio interface. Like, I don't think you can plug this into a computer and then plug in XLR microphones into your computer. This doesn't have enough room for circuits in it. But I think it's just that they used a USB-C connector for an XLR connector. And then the other one is a little bit less cursed, and that is TRS to XLR, which is a lot more normal. So what these are for is on the back. So on the back of this, you get all of these little 1/8 inch ports. So you've got 2 outputs, a speaker or headphones, aux in, and 2 line inputs or mic inputs. So if you use this cable for microphone, you get an XLR mic in this way. Or you can use this one and get 2 XLR microphones in over their USB-C jack on the side, which is, again, not really USB-C. It's just their XLR adapter over USB-C. So 2 XLRs in that way. It is basically a 3-channel mixer. So you've got input 1, input 2, and aux. Input 1 can either be XLR or the 1/8 inch. Aux can either be 1/8 inch or Bluetooth. And let's see, what else are we going to need? We're going to need USB-C. Yes, USB-C is the standard non-standard. I agree. This is a little bit ridiculous. But it does work, and it does mean that the rest of this is nice and slim, which is kind of cool. Yes, analog connection via cables. Neil says, if you show the cable in the audio form of the Discord, people will get a heart attack. I'm going to do that after this stream. It's got this little flip out thing, so I don't need to make a stand for it. So it tilts it up at the right angle. And then we've got the XLR cable. So it looks like for this demo, I'm going to plug this in directly, but for obviously it's an XLR cable, so you would probably want it on a longer cable. Can I put the stand together really quick? This is nice and beefy. Crunchy plastic. That's just going to screw in. And there we go. This goes on the top. It looks like it's got a bunch of different options here. So this has the 5/8 and 3/8 already here, which is kind of neat, actually. So you can connect different microphones to the stand if you want. And then that looks like, this microphone's actually going to screw in. So, oops, no, it's not. Is it? Oh, it is. Okay. So, oh, no, it's not screwing in. It is screwing in. Okay, there it goes. Wow, that just took a lot of screws. Okay, there's that. And then this goes on somehow. It just squeezes on. Okay. And how do I know which way this faces? That's interesting. I'm assuming the mic is directional. We'll have to test that. I'm less interested in the mic and more interested in the audio interface anyway. Okay, so let's go back and plug this in. And there it goes. I will also go grab another microphone in a second, but I'm going to plug this into something. I guess I'm going to plug it into my iPad again, and we're going to use the NDI camera. Okay. So that will go here, and then this goes, it looks like, this USB. Let's do it the other way around. Nice USB side goes here. Okay, then we got to power on. Hopefully. Oh, is it not charged? Oh, there's a different USB-C for power over here. And apparently it's not charged. So let's see if this cord works. Yes. Okay. Oh, it is. There is battery. Why didn't it power on? Oh. Okay. There's a on-off switch on the side. It's a little slider, right? Which you'd think would be the power for the device, but no, that's actually turning Bluetooth on and off. If you look closely, there's a little Bluetooth symbol. Where's the focus? There we go. That turns Bluetooth on or off. That is the power button. There it goes. Okay. That's funny. What did I do? Yeah. Okay. This is the gain of mic 1, which is plugged into this mic. So I need headphones for this and another microphone. Bear with me. Okay, what we're gonna do is switch over to the bird dog again, which means I need the chat over here. NDI camera, and apparently the bird dog is set to the wrong device again. Okay. Hello. Oh, there we go. Oh, it was just really quiet. Okay. Turn that one up. Okay. This is the Shure microphone. Don't know why microphone isn't working yet. So we'll get to that in a second. But this is the Shure. And again, this is getting into the stream by going into my iPad over here, over NDI into the stream. So it's probably out of sync with this camera. Although actually this looks pretty good. So this is the mic I have to like eat to use. But a couple other things about this interface. It's got a bunch of like effects, so we can do different EQ, deep, nature, or bright. Yeah, I can hear the difference. It's got reverb effects. Whoa. Hello. Or a stage. Or a hall. Hello. It's also got a tune. Is this like auto tune? I can't tell what it's doing. Oh my god, what is happening? Something very weird is happening. Oh, Michael says the volume is faint. Is it too quiet? Let me see if I can turn it up a little more. Hello, hello. Check, check. Hello, 1, 2. Oh, we can go all the way up. This is so weird. I don't know what the effect sounds like. Okay, let's get rid of that.
This is, oh, now I sound very different. Maybe not actually something I would do in a live stream, but kind of fun.
And then there's, oh, my voice needs to be higher for this one to work. Hello. Wow. This is weird. Here's a monster. Should I do my live streams like this from now on? Wow.
Or I can talk like a robot. Yeah. Now, from now on, you're going to have to listen to me like this.
We can add some. Oh, the reverb apparently is not compatible with the effects. So it's either one or the other.
Now I'm a robot. Super weird. Okay.
You could use vocal effects when reading chat comments.
The deep one is good for ransom demands.
Yes, okay. Okay, a couple other actually useful things in here. There's sound pads. Let's get rid of the reverb. I can add applause now. There's laughter. These are built in apparently and can't be changed. Applause. This one they said was disappointment. Oh, yeah. And I forget what this one is. Oh. And then this one is user defined. So you can record something in here, which I believe the way you do it is you hold the button down and then you make a sound and then it'll record that sound into the button. So welcome to the live stream. And now I should be able to push that and it'll say that. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, it didn't quite work. Let's do one with some EQ. Welcome to the live stream. And now I can go back to my normal voice. Welcome to the live stream. Now my button pad is set to that sound. Put it on nature. This is what nature sounds like. Maybe it's natural? I don't know what it actually sounds like here. Okay. Fun little box. So two inputs, two outputs, so you can feed one into an ATEM Mini also. Aux, so that's what the Bluetooth is for. I can turn Bluetooth on, and the Bluetooth is blinking, and now I should be able to connect my phone. There it is, COMICA ADCaster, and this should let me mix audio from my phone. What can I play on here that's not copyrighted? Apparently whoa. What's that? What's that sound? That's weird. Is that the Bluetooth? Is that something is hello? Something got confused when I connected the Bluetooth and I hear a little hissing. Hello, hello. 1, 2. Weird. Hello. Oh, still there. Huh. Oh, now it's gone. Okay. Weird.
play your YouTube channel audio. Great point. I can go play a YouTube video. Here's world. So this is from my phone over Bluetooth, and I can adjust the volume of that separately from the microphone. The other thing it does is it has this duck. Let's try this. So this should drop the volume of the music while I'm talking. Yep. And then when I talk, it clamps down. Hey, that's pretty good. Just makes you think we're at the beginning of the live stream again. So cool. It's playing over Bluetooth into here. So that's the duck feature. I'll have to get into the rest of these later once I like connect to a computer and stuff. But overall, pretty cool. Let's stop that and switch back to the other microphone.
Oh, you can really hear the button presses in that. Okay. We went way over time on that, but that's okay. That is okay. So, I'll get into this more in another video, but that was a fun little demo, probably longer than I should have gone on that. But that was fun anyway. And now let's oh, I didn't try their mic. That is a good point. I don't know why it's not working. I'm going to troubleshoot that later. It could be phantom power, but it is on. So there's a little phantom power. This is one thing that I don't really like about it. To turn the phantom power on and off, you push this button, which is the same as the gain fader. Oh, now it's working. No, that's just changing the fader. Okay, there we go. Maybe it was just down too low. So when you spin it, this indicates like it's like what it's at, like what level it's at, but that's not the audio level. That's just the feedback of the spinner. But then to turn phantom power on and off, you push it down, which I feel like you could accidentally push sometimes, which is a little bit scary. But I will troubleshoot that later and get back to you on that. For now, we will move on. Back to the desk. Okay, so hopefully you had some fun with behind the scenes stream and got a chance to take a look at the room and keep me on track with the timer, which was mostly successful. For some reason, the timer, we are stuck and didn't actually start the Comica timer. Don't know why, probably my fault. Also, we need to go back to that camera on the super source. So last up, we're over time. That's okay. Last up is the giveaway. So to do this, we're going to recap how is it quieter at the desk? I must have cranked up the table volume way too loud. Why would it be so much quieter at the desk? Is the right microphone on? Yes, it is. Is my gain set? The big difference between the microphones is this microphone goes directly into my audio mixer. The other one goes into an audio interface into a camera. So they're totally separate ways of working. I don't know why it suddenly got quieter though. Probably what happened is at the table, I cranked up too loud. And that's just what you've been hearing this whole time now. that would also explain why, oh yeah, it's a lot quieter. That would explain why I could hear myself in the headphones across the room. Let's just up the gain a little bit on this mic and see if that helps. Let's go up to like, we've got a gate on it, so it should keep the noise down. Ooh, it's almost clipping now. Yeah. Okay, I got some work to do to fine-tune this a little bit, apparently. But we are going to just have to live with this. Web presenter levels seem fine. It definitely was a little bit quieter. I think I was way more into the red on the table microphone. But yeah. Eric says, even successful demos can take a while, just a lot of setup and troubleshooting. Yeah, there was more setup in between each one, I noticed. So it's been a while since I've done a stream all about live demos. Normally we focus more on questions, but this was kind of fun. And 2Rails, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. So let's put on some music. There we go. And get ready to do the giveaways. So bottom line is audio is hard. That is correct. Especially because you can't see it. You have to listen to it to know if it's working right. Okay. Getting the giveaway spinners ready. What we're going to do is first do the drawing for the mini prize, which is 25% off any of the digital products on my shops, including digital PDF of the channel organizer, as well as the calendar for the Remarkable or the stress test video clips, which are a fun way to test if all your gear is working and really push your encoders to the limit. What we're going to do is go over to this and start by pulling up everybody who has sent in a message on today's chat. There we go. I'm going to spin this wheel and see who it is. And it is Hyde. Congratulations. I'm going to have to send me an email to tell me that you won, and I will send you back the coupon code. Let me know which thing you want, and that way I know which store to put the coupon code at. My email is linked on my YouTube channel as well as at aaronpk.tv. And congratulations on winning the prize. And thank you for playing. Let me go back to the chat. So close, IT. Congratulations. Next up, we're going to do, oh, I just saw a comment from Hyde that I missed from before. Sorry about that. I used to have that wireless microphone. It sucks. The hooks break easily, although the sound is quite all right. Okay. Well, thanks for joining the stream. Okay, next up, we're going to do anybody who has sent in a super chat to any of the live streams in the last 30 days. And that is this amazing group of people. Thank you all so much. It means a lot, and it helps me keep this channel going and making more content. So I'm going to spin this to give you your choice of half off any of the digital products, or a $20 coupon for any physical products, including any of the PK1 products like Yolobox stands or ATEM Mini stands, or any of the physical products from my stores. So let's give this one a spin. It is Greg. Congratulations. All right. Greg, send me an email. Let me know which you would like, and I will send you back all of the details. Congratulations, and thank you for playing, and thank you for being a part of the channel. The Extreme Fickle Wheel of Fate. Next month, we'll do this again at the beginning of the first live stream of the month. That's how we are running this here. And yeah, thank you all for joining. This stream went a little bit longer than I expected, but I think that's okay. We got some good demos out of it. Things worked much better this time. And keep an eye out because I will probably be doing some more videos that are edited together and even more concise, showing off some of these other features. And that'll let me do things like show you all the features of the Comica interface, not just live. So that'll be fun. Yeah, great. What else am I forgetting? Anything else I'm forgetting? Recent videos that I have posted lately, the NAB interviews, finally got them out. Took longer than I had hoped it would, but these are all the short. That's what I was saying. I was telling you that. So we shot all these interviews in and published them in portrait mode, but this video is the re-edited horizontal format. So I've got timestamps in here, so if you can skip around to look at the different products. But these are, that was a shot. These are all reframed. So we cropped out like a middle chunk, had to scoot it up or down or whatever to make sense. And it's the same interview that was in vertical, and now it's all posted together here. So take a look at this video for sure if you haven't already seen all the short ones as they came out, because these are fun. And then I'll drop this link in the chat again, so it's right here. And there we go. And yeah, the house files, no new episode this weekend because we are kind of just, everything's just sort of in progress, but there hasn't been a lot of like new stuff in the past week. Next week, there will be a lot of new stuff. So definitely go subscribe to the House Files channel. That is where we are talking about this whole process of building not one, not two, but 3 houses. It's actually a triplex, 1 building, 3 units, 6 bathrooms total. It's a lot of bathrooms. And just talk about the bathrooms there. This was all filmed in the podcast set upstairs using my 3 Lumix G7s and Mix Effect doing auto switching between the cameras, which has been working fantastically. Makes editing go a lot faster. And yeah, it's been fun. So hopefully new episode up next week after this week, which is going to be, if you caught the live stream we did on the channel last week, I did leave the replay up. It's like a almost 3-hour live stream. That was where I actually went through and chose where all the special requests for electric system are going to go. So things like, where do I want outlets? Do you want ceiling outlets? Things like that. That's all going to happen this week. So I'm meeting with contractors this week, and we're going to go and walk through and mark up the walls and say, this is where the boxes go. So it's going to be a whole process, and I'll have a lot to talk about next week for that. Yeah. House Files, check it out. Triplex is like a Big Mac, but as a multi-unit building. Yep. Not a fan of vertical. That is why they are now horizontal, and you can watch them in horizontal format. Because I agree, not everybody likes vertical format, or likes using YouTube Shorts browser. Yep. I can't wait to see if you do use the gator skin wallpaper in the new house. Yep. Cool. All right. Thank you all very much for joining. Great stream. Thank you. Snack time for Aaron. Stage timer has spoken. That is true. I should eat, and then I got some filming to do because we're going to try to get another video out this week on this channel as well. Okay. Thank you again for joining. Thank you for the super chats and all of your questions. Philip says this was the best live stream you've done so far today. Well, I am glad you liked it. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you did win either of the 2 giveaways, send me an email. My email is linked in the YouTube About section of the channel, and I will send you back details on how to redeem them. Okay, this was a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. Got to check out some cool new products, and we will see you all again next week. Same time, same place. All right, bye.